So I'm gonna go as low as possible, all the way down, all the way up. Hands here, feet up. I'm in an L-sit position. I drive my head through and then lock it out. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm working those pulling muscles, I'm working my back, I'm working my biceps. I'm going all the way up, all the way down, nice and slow. Hey, what's up? This is Ben from WODprep. WODprep is the place where CrossFit athletes go to RX more workouts. And even if you're stuck at home during a global pandemic, WODprep is here to help you get better at those frustrating CrossFit skills. So today's video is shot in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis that is happening. We are practicing social distancing here at WODprep, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop bringing you videos. So in this video, I'm gonna help you learn how to do ring muscle ups and practice your ring muscle up skills with only household objects. So that means pretty much zero gym equipment is needed, and I am going to help you improve your muscle ups in this video. But before we go any further, remember, WODprep is a place where CrossFit athletes go to improve their skills in CrossFit and learn RX movements. Well, if you want to get some free downloadable material that goes along with this video, we have two things to offer. Number one, we have a free muscle up development guide. You can find that in the description below or in the top comment below. I will pin a link where you can learn how to do ring muscle ups. And it's a free little video course that I'm gonna send your way. Number two, we also have a free downloadable PDF called 5 Daily Habits Every CrossFitter Should Follow. And even if you are stuck at home, even if you're stuck in a 1-bedroom apartment, you can still be applying all 5 of these daily habits. So check the links below to grab that for free. So in this video, again, I'm gonna help you learn how to do ring muscle ups. It could be strict or kipping. Either way, these drills will help you learn ring muscle ups. All we're gonna use are things like water jugs, and a backpack or a duffel bag. And also I have a broomstick, or this is a mop handle. Basically, it doesn't matter. You can get creative and still develop the things that I would like you to develop in this video. We're gonna be working on 3 main things. Number 1 is dip strength. It's very common in CrossFit, especially, to see someone get above the rings on a ring muscle up and then they can't lock it out. They just sit at the bottom. Well, it's really important that we're developing dip strength. So that's number 1. We're gonna work on that. Number 2, we're gonna work on pulling strength. One of the biggest prerequisites that I have for my athletes who are trying to learn ring muscle ups, or might even be taking our Muscle Up Madness ring muscle up development course, is we have to make sure that they can do several pull-ups. So we're gonna work on our pull-ups without a pull-up bar today. And then number 3, we're going to work on transitions. So if you can actually learn how to manipulate your body from upright into a dip over the rings, we're gonna work on that. And again, we're only gonna use this equipment. So let's get into it. So the first thing I wanna talk about is dip strength. Oftentimes I see people trying to learn things like ring and bar muscle ups, but they just frankly lack dip strength. Especially with ring muscle ups, your first few reps, you're gonna catch it really low. You're going to need some serious dip strength. So rather than just letting our dips fall by the wayside or saying, oh, I can't practice any strength, I wanna show you how all you need is a little bit of equipment. So here I have 2 simple bar stools. These are just bar stools that I have here at the office. They could be tables, they could be boxes, they could be anything that's stable. Honestly, these are probably a little less stable than I want, but they're gonna work for now. I've already practiced a couple. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these platforms, whatever they are. Ideally, you want them about hip height, but these are a little lower. Again, we're gonna be okay. And then from here, all you're gonna do is kick your feet out in front, move your water bottle, kick your feet out in front, and you're gonna practice dips. So I'm gonna go as low as possible, all the way down, all the way up. Now, these benches move a little bit, so it's actually pretty similar to a set of rings where it's unstable. I have a lot of instability. But what we're going to do is practice, let's say, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. If that's too easy, let's say you can knock it out body weight, no problem. You can go all the way down, all the way up. You feel like it's too easy. The next level, all we're gonna do is add a little bit of weight. So that's where this backpack and water bottle come in. So here I have just a normal backpack. This could be any backpack. It could be a drawstring pack, it doesn't matter. All I'm gonna do is put some weight in my bag and zip it up. That's it. So from here, you're gonna put that on your body, and this is how you're gonna make your dips develop strength. Maybe the body weight dips are too easy for you, but as soon as I get this backpack on, things are gonna get a lot harder. So same position, I can already tell you this is way harder. I'm gonna go all the way down, trying to get my shoulders all the way to my hands. So you see, I didn't just do a dip halfway down, halfway up. Just like when I catch that first muscle up, I'm gonna catch it really low. You need to be able to dip from this position. So that's why I'm practicing these dips all the way down. Shoulder touches my hand, all the way up. And really, you can add as much weight as you want, or as little weight as you want. Body weight for a lot of you is gonna be fine, but once you're finding that 8 to 10 reps are easy, it's time to add some weight and see if you can maintain that 8 to 10 reps, 3 sets of nice, slow, and controlled dips. That is the first thing we're gonna do. You can do it at home. We're developing dip strength. Sorry for the interruption, but I have someone here to give you a special message. Alfred would like for you to hit the subscribe button down there. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Alfred would like you to subscribe. All right, so number 2, the next piece of strength that we need to develop is our pulling strength or pull-up strength. If you have a pull-up bar at home, that's great. Maybe you have a doorway pull-up bar, or maybe you actually have a full squat stand with a pull-up bar. That's obviously the ideal way to practice pull-ups. But if you're someone who's stuck at home that does not have that equipment, then that's what we're gonna practice. So all you need, first I'm gonna put my weight down, because I would suggest practicing this without any weight, but all you need is some sort of dowel, maybe it's a really heavy-duty PVC pipe or some sort of pipe that is able to support most of your body weight. Next, all you need to use is that same bench, whether it could be chairs, it could be benches, anything that allows you to put your bar or your pipe on top of it, okay? So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just spread this out a little bit, give myself a little bit of room. And from here, now I can work on the pull. So when it comes to learning ring muscle-ups, I always suggest that you need at least 6 to 7 or more strict pull-ups. If you don't have that, that doesn't mean you can just say, oh, I'm never gonna learn muscle-ups because I'm in quarantine and can't practice. Well, here's how you can practice. So all we're gonna do, set this up, make sure it's stable. I will admit I've tried it. This particular setup is not very stable and I wish it was a little bit more stable, but we're gonna do it anyway. So all I'm gonna do is get underneath the pull-up bar. I'm gonna make sure that it's secure, okay? And then from here, I'm gonna pull myself up. Just for practice, I'm gonna keep my feet glued to the ground, and I'm gonna pull my chest all the way up, all the way back down, nice and slow and controlled. You can see that this is just like if I was doing a ring row. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm working those pulling muscles, I'm working my back, I'm working my biceps, I'm going all the way up, all the way down, nice and slow. Obviously, from here, I could easily add a backpack, add a little bit of weight. Since I'm laying down, I could add weight on my chest if I wanted. I could also elevate my feet. So I could take another bench or a chair and put it out front and then put my heels up on that, and all of a sudden those rows are now getting harder. So there's so many different ways that I can make this either easier or more difficult. If I wanted to make this easier, I could lower this pull-up bar so that it's not quite as high. I can use more assistance from my legs. I could even sit up vertically and just practice pulling my chest up and coming back down. And you can see me shaking. It's not easy. It still is going to develop strength. So what I would suggest is work the same rep ranges. So 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. If that's too easy, add weight. Again, you can add weight to your chest. You can add weight in the form of a weighted backpack behind you. You can put a dog on top of you, a child. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you do, just make sure it's difficult and make sure you don't fall off. This is a little unstable, but we did make it work. And this is an easy way to develop that pulling strength to help you learn muscle-ups. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your butt up off the floor. You're gonna put down your mop handle. And ideally, we're going to use the same set of stools or benches or tables that you already have. But just because these are not big enough, you need to have something that'll go from your elbow to past your hand. And you can see this is a little small for me. So because of that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stack these side by side, and I am gonna cheat just a little bit. Hold on. I am gonna cheat just a little bit, and I'm gonna get one other piece of equipment. So this is a traditional box. Again, this could be a table, this could be a bench, this can be anything that's ideally about hip height. Again, these are both a little too low, but it'll work. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna practice one of my favorite transition drills. It's time to learn the transition. So once we have our pulling strength and our dip strength, the transition from the pull-up into the dip when it comes to the ring muscle-up is the most magical and probably the most difficult part. So maybe you have your pulling strength, you have the dip strength, both of those are good. You can do 5 strict, super deep ring dips, no problem. You can do maybe 7 or 8 strict pull-ups all the way, maybe even touching your chest to the bar, no problem. But for some reason you can't do muscle-ups, well, this is the drill that you need to be practicing at home because it definitely will help transition to the rings. So here's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna make sure these are level. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm putting my forearms, so elbow and hands and my entire forearm is in contact with the platform. Again, bench, table, doesn't matter. From here, I'm in a vertical torso position. I'm kicking my feet out in front. So from here, I'm gonna practice what's called a Russian dip. So I'm in my vertical position, and then from here, I send my head through into a dip position and lock it out. So let's watch it again. This platform needs to be really solid. That's why I didn't want to do it on just 2 of these. I wanted to make a bigger platform for myself. So Hands here, feet up. I'm in an L-sit position. I drive my head through and then lock it out. Practicing driving your head through is very similar when we're doing ring muscle ups and I pull up to here and I can't get through the transition. What I'll teach my athletes is to punch their head through the transition. So that driving the head through or breaking the glass, like if you pull the rings to your chest and imagine there's a sheet of glass right in front of your head, I'm trying to break the glass with my head. Well, that's what I want you practicing here on these Russian dips. So here I am again. Imagine there's that sheet of glass right in front of my face. What am I gonna do? I have to break through it and then I can finish that dip. If this is too hard, a lot of people during my muscle up seminars say this is pretty challenging. So if this is too hard for you and you can't figure it out, a great way to scale this down is all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna barely put my toes on the floor. So same thing, my hands are here. Rather than sitting in an L-sit with my feet off the floor, I'm just gonna barely put my toes just in front of my center of gravity, so just in front of my butt, and then from here, driving through and finish. And I'm barely supporting myself on my toes. Okay, so we'll watch a couple more reps here. So not L-sit, I'm here on my toes, and I'm driving my head through, finishing the dip. One more without the assistance. So once you practice maybe a few of those, then we can practice feet off the ground, drive your head through, finish the dip. I promise you, if you work on all three of those drills, you're working on the dip strength, you're working on the pulling strength, and you're working on that transition skill and coordination, you will be improving your ring muscle performance, and you don't even need any gym equipment. So I hope that you like this video. Here at WODprep, we are dedicated to help you succeed. So if you like this video, please remember to hit the subscribe button. And remember to also check out the links in the description or in the top comment below where you can go download our free Ring Muscle Up development course. And then we also have that free 5 daily habits every CrossFitter should follow. If you're someone who does have access to rings and maybe a small amount of equipment, then I would encourage you to check out our Muscle Up Madness training course. It is an 8-week step-by-step program that we 100% guarantee or your money back will help you learn ring muscle ups. So if you have access to a set of rings and maybe a little tiny bit of equipment, then I highly suggest joining that course. It's the perfect thing that you can be working on even if you are stranded away from your normal gym. Last but not least, the question of the day is what are you going to be using for your weight in your backpack? Not everyone has 2.5 gallons of water. So what objects are you going to be shoving into that backpack to work as your weighted vest? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions or other videos that you want me to make during this COVID-19 crisis, please leave a comment below and I'm dedicated to bring them to you for free. I mean, it's hard to demo.